Welcome back to episode 3 of Ask NYYST. I am your host, Christian. Follow me on Twitter _NYYST. And I promise you, I'm wearing a shirt, tank top today. It is humid and muggy outside, so trying to dress a little bit more comfortably. So if you see, or if you're offended by a little bit more of the untanned arms, I apologize. So let's just get right into this today because we will actually be talking a lot of Yankees today here at NYY Sports Talk because we will be doing episode 55 of the NYY Sports Talk podcast later this evening. We'll be recording it and we will get it out to you tomorrow morning so you can hear it before the Yankees start a big series with the Boston Red Sox. We'll actually have another podcast host from Boston on the show later today, so we can get a Boston feel for how they feel coming into this series. So let's just jump right into the questions here since we got a lot going on today, about 2 hours after I originally wanted to do this show, but my best friend of 20 years is moving to Florida, so he kind of had to go and say goodbye today. It is what it is. Life just keeps moving, people, right? That's why Rocky said in Rocky Balboa, I keep moving forward, right? So let's move forward to the first question. And so from our good buddy, the Skinelli on Twitter, follow him. Good follower, excellent support he gives NYY Sports Talk. So what do I think about the lineup Boone put out there yesterday? Seemed like a double day off for a few of those guys going into the Red Sox series. Yeah, that was the point. I'm not in love with what Aaron Boone did yesterday, but I understand it. Right now in the National League Park, you got 4 outfielders. One of them's your everyday DH, so somebody's got to sit every day, right? And Giancarlo Stanton's been really hot of late, even though I think some fans still want to go out of their way to boo the guy. He's hitting over 300 in June. His last 20 games, he's hitting, I don't know, I forget what it was. It was 309 at one point. I think he went hitless yesterday, but so maybe he might have won a tick or two under, but he's been really good as of late. He was hitting like 500 through a stretch of like 7 or 8 games there. So you don't want to sit him right now. So your options are Judge, Hicks, and Gardner. So you're gonna have to rotate those guys in and out of the lineup, which you did the first 2 nights. Gardy got a day off. Hicks got a day off. Now it was Judge's turn. If that was Boone's plan to give everybody a day off, but never give Stan a day off, I'm okay with Judge getting that day off because you have to, he did get banged up last year. The shoulder was an issue. He's not going to say, the team's not going to say, but the shoulder was an issue last year. So if you're going to try to keep him fresh, I have no problem with giving him back-to-back days off. They off yesterday, team had a day off today. Got to keep this guy fresh. He's very, very valuable to this lineup. He hasn't even gotten hot yet this year, and he's got 19 home runs. So at some point, you expect him to go on one of these home run barrages where he hits like 6 in a week. So it's very important to keep Judge healthy. What you don't like is that Greg Bird finally showed a little bit of life on Tuesday night by getting a run batted in and an RBI single, and then he gets a day off in favor of Neil Walker, who hasn't done anything, and I couldn't even tell you the last time this guy came up with a big hit. When the Yankees started to turn things around there a little bit, and Walker was getting more regular playing time, yeah, he was in the middle of a lot of rallies. And then Gleyber Torres came up, and Miguel Andujar put his stamp on third base, and Neil Walker doesn't play anymore. So he's not in any type of rhythm, and he's been lost at the plate. Although, to be fair to the guy, he did have he did hit a little bit of bad luck yesterday. He ripped the ball a couple times right at some defenders, so maybe he's coming out of things. I don't know. 2 parts of that question. Can the Yankees afford to give away games? I don't know if Boone was necessarily giving away a game. The optics of it are bad. You're starting NYYST, you are starting Kyle Higashioka, you're starting Neil Walker, you have no Aaron Judge in the lineup. But, like I said, you got to give Judge a day off here and there, and I have no problem with it being in back-to-back days. Now, Bird should have been in the lineup last night for 2 reasons. One, he showed a little bit of life Tuesday night, and number 2, he might not play in any of these games versus the Red Sox because the Red Sox are starting 3 left-handed pitchers. So you could see, if Tyler Wilson's definitely coming out, you could definitely see a scenario where he doesn't play at all in any of these 3 games. So, yeah, with a right-hander on the mound last night, Greg Bird should play. And this is where the Gary Sanchez haters, their argument falls on the floor. Gary Sanchez, when he didn't play, you had Austin Romine to back him up. So you had a quality backup in place of Gary Sanchez. Now you have Kyle Higashioka backing up Austin Romine. That is an automatic out in your lineup. Okay? So now last night you went Walker, Higashioka, and the pitcher spot. Those are 3 automatic outs in a row. I'm not surprised that all the Yankees got shut out last night. Although you would have hoped that somebody could have got a rally started in the top half of the top 2/3 of the lineup. It didn't happen. And it seemed like every time they did get somebody on, they turned double play. They only had 4 singles last night, so they didn't really do much. Now here, got a couple other questions. We'll just briefly touch on them here. A lot of it has to do with Sheffield and Austin/Drury. Okay, let's tackle Austin/Drury first. Okay, it seems like based on what Aaron Boone had to say last night that Tyler Austin's coming up to play versus the Boston Red Sox this weekend. Makes a lot of sense, right? Number one, he hits left-handed pitching, and excuse me, they're starting 3 lefties in a row is Boston. Okay, so it makes a lot of sense. Plus, they sent Frazier down for an extra pitcher, so now with the DH going back in, you only have 2 guys on your bench, so you need another position player on the bench. So Tyler Austin does make a lot of sense. Here's why I can't listen to Brandon Drury right now, okay? Brandon Drury does not play first base. And what I mean by that, because somebody said using the word doesn't is misleading. It's not, because he doesn't play first base. He started there 3 times in AAA. So he does not play first base for the New York Yankees. He's played a couple of games at Scranton at first base. So he's not an option for the Yankees to play first base right now. Plus, your argument that Brandon Drury is tearing the cover off the ball falls on the ground because he's in a 4 for 32 slump right now. Now, that's not to say that Tyler Austin wasn't in a terrible slump when he got sent down, and I haven't really looked at his numbers to know how well he's hitting in AAA, but Tyler Austin makes the most sense if you need a guy to step in and play 3 games or 2 games at first base in this series. And as much as the fans want Brandon Drury to play, the Yankees don't seem to want Brandon Drury to play because Aaron Boone said the other day that's not on the front burner. Yes, we have a viewer here. He's a AAA All-Star. He's not. So what is he going to do at the major league level? I don't know. I would like to see him get a shot, but for this one instance, he doesn't make sense. Okay, now if you want to send out Neil Walker and have him be the utility guy and have Austin be a backup to Bird and that be Austin, Drury, and Higashioka as your bench right now, okay, we can live with that. But instead of Austin, it doesn't make a lot of sense right now. And the other question that we got a lot of is Justice Sheffield. Now, here's what's interesting, right? Last night, Aaron Boone put Domingo Germán in the game. So lines him up to pitch again Monday. He could have pitched him Sunday, but Luis Severino is on regular rest on Sunday. Now, it makes all the sense in the world to have your best starter face the Boston Red Sox, which then Boone confirmed last night. So no issues there. Sevy starting Sunday against the Sox. Sevy starts Sunday against the Sox. Say that 5 times fast. Bet you can't. So that pushes Germán back to at least Monday if the Yankees don't want to skip him again. Keep pushing him back down the line. So he would be 8 days in between starts. So yeah, he got a little bit of work last night, which is fine. 8 days in between starts. But what's interesting here for my co-host Chris, and for other people that want to see Justice Sheffield started last night and he pitched pretty well. 6 shutout innings, gave up 6 hits. I don't think he walked anybody. Struck out 3. So nice night for Justice Sheffield, which puts him on line to pitch Monday. So if that's an option for the Yankees, if that's in the Yankees' mind, it is an option for him because he is in turn to start Monday. Now, here's a question we get all the time, and I don't know how else to answer it. Chris and I fight about it on the podcast all the time. Would I like to see Justice Sheffield up here? Yeah, because we're coming at crunch time now. It's Monday's July 1st, so you got 31 days. I don't know the old rhyme. It's 31 days in July. Okay, let's just say that. 31 days in July. So you got 31 days to see if you got somebody in your system that can step in and be a big time contributor at the starting pitching level, or if you need to go out there and get a starter. That's why I think Yankees should start Sheffield on Monday. Give him a run of 3 or 4 starts, and then let's see what happens. If he's not ready, send him back down. You still have time to go out there and make a trade. And you can still monitor the trade market in that time. If guys you like Hamels and Happ, are being rumored to go elsewhere, then step in and say, hey, what is it going to take to get him on my team? And then you have Hamels or Happ and Sheffield. It's better than not having anything, because right now, I think the Yankees do need another starting pitcher. I mean, they're not losing. They haven't been in this bit of a rut outside of their Herman loss Sunday because of their starting pitching. And then even when a guy struggles like Sessa last night, he gives up 3 runs over 3 innings, throws a ton of pitches, but you know what? Team's still in the game, 3-0 deficit, and the bullpen even comes in and shuts him out. No matter who he brings out of that bullpen, as long as his name is not Jason Shreve, they don't give up runs, because you got 3 shutout innings out of Giovanni Gallegos last night. So something is going on in that Yankees bullpen, and whatever it is, Jason Shreve is not on board with it, and that's his problem. And I was as furious as anybody that the Yankees did not send down Jason Shreve or DFA. He has to be designated for assignment because he has no options left. That he didn't get designated after the game on Sunday. Boone's riding with him. He's got confidence in him, and it's worked for some of these guys like Betances and even Gary Sanchez, who didn't fully come out of his slump before he got hurt, had been hitting the ball better. So maybe it works for Shreve, but we've seen this story with Jason Shreve over and over again. He gets hot for a couple of weeks. He's got that good split, blah, 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 striking guys out. And then he falls off a cliff. And I don't know if I said this out loud or to myself, if I put this out in public, but he is a left-handed Tyler Clippard, where when he's got his secondary, or which for him is his first pitch, Clippard's is a changeup, and the split is for Shreve. They're unhittable, but they don't have it. They are throwing batting practice, and a lot of the time they go through the stretches where they just don't have it. And so how much more of this are we gonna have to see from Jason Shreve? Everybody wants to see Cody Carroll. Let's bring him up here. Let's see what he's got. Tommy Kahnle's still working on things. How much longer? Now, there's this rumor out there the Yankees keep him down there until July 6th or whatever. They get another year of control, so then on July 7th, are we magically going to see Tommy Kahnle? I don't know. Maybe. So, either way, you got to figure at some point they got to pull the plug on Jason Shreve. At some point, as much as I like Neil Walker, being a veteran presence on this team, switch hitter, he plays all the infield positions except for short. You got to pull the plug on these guys because you have better options in AAA. You just do. So I think we covered everything that we got to cover today. Again, excuse me, I got a little something going on in here. I had some chicken nuggets from Wendy's, and they're not staying where they need to stay. It's too much information, I know. But Chris and I will be back later this evening. We will record episode 55 of the NYY Sports Talk podcast. Terry Cushman of the Avid Boston podcast will be joining us to get a little preview of the big series with the Red Sox. So, be on the lookout for that tomorrow. And again, if you stop by, thanks a lot for watching. I'm going to have to try to figure out a better time to do these because I think last week we got a lot more interaction with people jumping in and out asking questions than we did today. So I'd like to go back to that. We're going to see if we could do a little bit of a time change where more people could jump in and be interactive during this. But we're reaching the 15-minute mark, and like I said, I like to keep these under 15 minutes. So thank you very much for watching. This has been episode 3 of the Ask NYYST. Again, definitely be on the lookout. Episode 55 of the podcast is out tomorrow. Follow me on Twitter at Christian_NYYST, and I will see you in the next episode.